Hey guys, it's Artifact, and you're watching my new series that I'm going to call Final Fantasy Football. It is not fantasy football talk, because the last thing I want to do is tell you to make sure DK Metcalf is on your team, and then he has a total diva fit. But I love football, and I love sports. I love lifting weights and all that other stuff. And I wanted my own little area where I could talk about sports and things like that. That's not necessarily gaming, but opinions I do have about the athletics world. It will mostly be, and it won't just be football too. I want to talk about AEW and that lifespan. I want to talk about Planet Fitness and its misconceptions about it, the truths about it, the false about it, the stereotypes, and the stuff that actually earns its reputation. So what's going to happen is I'm going to play some Final Fantasy XIV in the background, some pre-recorded footage. Today's really light. I'm just leveling up my side character, trying to get my berserker. Why do I call them a berserker? Trying to get my warrior up to level 80 before Endwalker. But for the first episode of Final Fantasy Football, I guess we should talk about football and the storylines of the 2021 season and things I really want to keep my eye on. I'm a Seahawks fan, so might as well get that out of the way. I don't think the Seahawks are going to the playoffs this season. J.J. Watt is going to the Cardinals this season. And there's still no O-line there. And I think Russell's just going to get devoured by the Cardinals this season. I think he's going to get sacked. I still think he's going to be the most sacked quarterback in the league. I don't think that's going to change this season. And honestly, I don't think a lot's going to change. Seahawks didn't get a lot of draft help. They didn't do much with the O-line. It's like the weaknesses stayed weak and the strengths stayed strong. But other than that, there wasn't like a big shuffle. Nothing that gave me hope. Jamal got a pay bonus, but other than that, I actually think the Cardinals are going to take the division. I'm going to watch the Rams, but I think it's the Cardinals season. Okay, here's one that I'm really excited for this season. Is the Buccaneers versus the Patriots. Belichick versus Brady. The who carried who. So Brady won the Super Bowl. I was a Brady critic because I thought it was completely Belichick, to be honest. And then he won the Super Bowl, and I just shut up. I'm just like, okay, I'm done critiquing Brady. You shut me up. I still don't like him, but he showed me who's boss. He shut me up. However, I still think Belichick has some weight in that. I also think Belichick knows Brady better than anyone else. And if there's anyone in the world that can outcoach Brady, it's going to be Belichick. When you've been coaching a quarterback for like 2 decades almost, your job is to coach around their weaknesses and to coach to their strength. Belichick knows Brady's weaknesses, and that's why right here on Final Fantasy Football, I'm making a bold prediction. On paper, I'm actually saying I think the Patriots pull out the upset. I said it right here. I think I might eat my words, but I think the Patriots are going to pull it out. Let's start getting to the dislike generators, because one of my favorite things about football and the NFL season is watching the Cowboys implode. Somehow they always find a way to trip over their own shoelaces when their boots are tied. It's always so much fun. They always have like so much momentum, and then they just kind of literally drop the ball, and then it bounces back up. They catch it, and then they drop it again. It's just the Cowboy thing to do, and I love it. I love it every year. I also think we're gonna see the end of humble Patrick Mahomes, and I think his ego's gonna start coming out. I think when he starts to lose more, I think he's gonna stop shaking hands. I think he's just gonna find himself off the field after a loss. And I don't think he'll ever be the one to throw his teammates under the bus or anything. But we saw glimpses of it last season too. I think the sour loser's gonna come out. I do. Then finally, I'm so excited for the crowds to come back. Even in WWE, when the Thunderdome went away and the crowd came back, it felt like such a big deal. It was a big deal. I could only imagine that feeling in the NFL. Like if WWE felt like that with a live crowd back, because they add so much to the show. They cheer, they boo, they chant. And if WWE felt like I cried almost. I had like teary eyes when they came back. I cannot wait to feel the energy of a live crowd back in an NFL game. I hope the stadiums get to stay crowded, but I am ready for the fans to come back. No matter what team you cheer for. Welcome back to football, fans. And yeah, those are my stories, my excitement things I'm looking forward to. Write yours down in the comments below. Leave a like. I'm sure you'll leave dislikes. And thanks for watching Final Fantasy Football. And I hope this is a series that will continue to grow. I want the next episode to be about AEW, because I think I'm the only guy on the internet that has some problems with it. But that's a different episode. For right now, Artifact out.